Well, let's begin at the beginning. It was a dark and stormy night. Hi there, Bertha here. How are you guys today? Hey, I've decided to write my memoirs. What do you think about that? I'm sure a lot of people are looking for these. Let's begin. I don't have a title yet. Something quirkier than Bertha's memoirs. I'm gonna need something else. I might pull in a little AI to get me some help on that. Alrighty. What do we got here? We got copyright, sure, copyrighted, and dedication, sure, to all y'all. And let's see, what am I? Oh, chapter one. Well, let's begin at the beginning. It was a dark and stormy night. I was born at 8:52 a.m. in the morning, but it was probably a dark and stormy night somewhere. After I grew up, I started my long career with lovers. Did you really think I was going to start talking about work? I could care less. That was a means to an end. I had many lovers who loved me. A lot. Wait a minute. Even I had lovers before I grew up. I want to be completely honest, completely transparent in this. I'm using as reference my diary. Let's see. I need some inspiration here. Ooh. Oh, I think I was grown up there. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh. Huh. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. 1970. I was very young. Okay. 1972. Went to the lake with Dave G. I had to apparently put his initials down. He's a stranger to me. I said I wanted to go back with Dawn. What's going on here? But still, I wanted Dave. Dave G came over, said I'd go out with him. I'll be going out on Dawn if I do. A year later, Carl came over. Not pregnant. I think that would be me. Carl said he's certain he loves me. I believe him. Well, of course. I mean, I want to be with Carl, but I will not spoil it by saying I love him. That's important. Please don't ruin it. It's too good. Oh. Carl and I just made out because I'm on my period. Too bad. Carl and I spent some days later most of the evening in bed, very tired. I'm trying to let my nails grow. I'm here to tell you I was not yet 18. Carl and I went bowling. Came home and went to bed with him. Sunday, did nothing except read and watch TV. Carl very depressed because I'm leaving soon. I was leaving. Carl and I spent evening at a motel. Very nice. All right, it was a dark and stormy night. For sure, one of those nights was dark and stormy. I had many lovers who loved me, and I apparently loved them too. Loved them too. I cheated on some of them. And no. Let's be fair. And some of them cheated on me. Most of them were handsome. All of them were handsome. Most of them were older than me. No one is older than me now. It was still dark and stormy, y'all. Dang. That's some bad weather. I told Dave I loved him. I told Don I loved him. I told Carl I loved him. I told Pete I loved him. I told John I loved him. I told Lee I loved him. Do you think I should be doing chapters on these? They said they loved me too. And then that's to change the pacing a little bit. And now, because I'm nowhere near being done, but you can't just keep saying the same things over and over and not change the pace. No, now we're back. I told Larry I loved him. I told PJ I loved him. I told Art I loved him. I told Jesse I loved him. I told Bill I loved him. I told Rick I loved him. And now I got to change the pacing up again. You can't just keep, what it sounds like a list, right? Okay. And they said they loved me too. Not all of them were tall, but some were. Most people are tall compared to me. I had physical relations with all of them. All of them. So, I want to, tone that down a little bit. All right, let's flesh those details out for the readers. I told Dave I loved him. I said I would marry him. Let's see, Don. I didn't want to marry him. Carl. I told Carl I loved him. I did. No, I'm sorry. I did say I would marry Carl. Pete said he didn't want to marry me. I left him. That's right. I left him. Bye. John. I told John I would marry him. And I did. But not for too long. I told Lee I loved him. Apparently he didn't want to marry me either. He went and married somebody else. I told Larry I loved him. I did marry him. But not for long. I told PJ I loved him. Nope, he left. Didn't want to be married. I told Art I loved with him. Lived with him for 14 years. I told Jesse I loved him. Dang, he loved somebody else. I told Bill I loved him. He said he loved me once, and then he married somebody else. I told Rick I loved him, and then he moved away. You see a pattern there, right? Yeah, I don't either. I think if I review my life and some of the things I've started with here, because this is a really good beginning for a memoir. However, I think the running theme here is that it was always dark and stormy. I think I have to go back to that theme and work on it, develop it, and try to see if there's anything that I've learned. If I came out on the other side of that dark and stormy series of nights or years or lifetime. That's the beginning of a memoir, and that's how you might even start writing your memoir. You just get your computer out and you start whacking away and name everybody you ever knew or loved or kissed or made out with. If you're a guy, you can talk about your jobs. Oh my God, who cares? It's just a way to get money, dudes. It's about love. Sorry about that, honey. It's about love, always. Okay, I loves, and I loves, and I loved, and they loved me too, and we loved so much loves. Lovey, love, love, love. The end. No, I'm kidding. That's not the end. I have so much more to say. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, it's up here somewhere. It's up here somewhere. Let's do a little ASMR here, shall we? I want to explain the basic elements of what I think a memoir should be. You want the title. You want your name. I want my name, you want your name. You get that right? So here I am, Bertha. Hi, Bertha, if you like, but I think just Bertha's fine. Copyright me. You can do a dedication if you like. Dedication to you. Chapters are good. Chapters and chapter titles and beginning and end of each chapter. Lessons learned, but not like an after action report. Lessons learned. And you want to wrap it all up with a life lesson or a series of life lessons. How you have grown, how you as the character have had a character arc, or you've changed in some way, or you've learned something. If you haven't learned anything, it's probably not time to write your memoirs. And then, the end. I hope this has been helpful to you as you watch me on my process of doing a memoir. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch your Barry Manilow. Ladies, wear your pads in case you leak. Check your blood pressure. Get a doggy and a kitty. Doggy's on the floor here. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.